So, Hari Om. So, we are now coming to the last mantra in Ishavasya Upanishad. The aspirant has known in this Upanishad about the purpose of the life, the way to live, the way to meditate, and he also understood the gnana, which is the nature of his own soul and his self. He is now in a stage where, having known gnana, he has to live with this gnana till he is completely liberated. This gnana of his is got after a lot of deliberation, a lot of struggle, and he has gone through all the turbulences of life to understand what the nature of the soul is. And when he has understood the relationship between the body, mind, and intellect and his own self, he was even ready to give away the body, mind, and intellect to God, to the fire God, and remain with the gnana with himself. But he also has to live the life that is left in him with all the tendencies that he has. And he has a lot of knowledge and sins, and he wants this sins to be washed away and purify his chitta so that he is eligible to liberation. For that, he wants to hold on to that gnana. So for that, he prays here to Lord Agni. Let's go into the shloka. Agnenaya supatharaye asman vishwani deva vayunani vidwan yuyodhyasya majjuhranameno bhuyishtam te nama uktim vidhema. O Agni, knowing as thou do all our deeds, lead us by the good path for the enjoyment of the fruits of our deeds. Remove the deceitful sins from within us. We offer thee many words of salutation. Now, why Agni? In the beginning, he had looked at the sun as the god. He overcame the obstacle in knowing the self by looking at sun and by praying sun that the dazzle should go away, the world of names and forms be seen through. Having seen through, he knew his own self as that, the aspect of sun, the light, the Atmajyoti that he is. Now, he has also known that in this world, all that he possesses, this body, is to be delivered to fire god Agni eventually. In the olden days, this sun and Agni were two visible gods that they have looked at. Sun is the god, the Surya Narayana, or the source of all, and Agni is a representation on the earth And especially when in this daytime, if there was sun, in the night time when the sun is not visible, Agni kept them alive with all their needs. So Agni is the local representation of sun. But if we extend it, we know that while Brahman is the God that is that, in this world of Maya, Sadguru is the one that we see, while Brahman is the unmanifested or unseen, Nirguna. Sadguru is the Sadguna, Saguna Brahman. So by leading to Agni, he is also leading to Sadguru. The God within is Surya, and the God without is Sadguru, the manifested form of Agni. So he is asking, O Agni, you know my deeds. You know, having known all that you know, Vayunani Vidwan, you knowing all my state, all my sins, and all my uh, the knowledge that I have acquired, please lead us on the right path. Supatha, that means path of light, path of the right path. Agni Naya Supatha Rai, that means lead us to the right path. What is this right path? Now he knows that everything is that of God, and all that his self is God, and all the other things is names and forms, but essentially that's also God's. When he did not know, he was coveting these, and he was acting from a selfish ego, and therefore that was biting him more and more. That's called pravritti marga. A lot of vasanas and lot of samskaras had come to him, and he was living by them, living by the sins that he has committed, the bindings that he had collected. But now he wants to get out of these bindings, finish the karma, and become pure. So that is the path of light, the Nivritti Marga. So he is praying to Sadguru to lead him to the Nivritti Marga, the path of light. Why Sadguru? Because the ultimate liberation cannot happen unless the life is lived with discrimination. And by oneself, one cannot have the clear discrimination. He needs somebody who's liberated himself, a Brahmanista, to guide him. And that's why he seeks the guidance of Sadguru in this shloka. And he says, you know all the good deeds and bad deeds. Please burn away my sins, my bad deeds, my karma, and purify my chitta. Then by doing that, by following you, the path that I lead leads me to liberation. And he also surrenders himself to Guru or Agni by saying, I give all my salutations to you through my words. Now you have to understand why he's saying only, I offer thee my words of salutation, because he cannot offer anything else. He knows everything else is that of Brahman. And Sadguru is beyond all this. So it's only his sincere prayer and his sincere words of salutation. Nama uktim vidhema. Only by his words, ukta words, he uh, prays to him again and again. So what, and that leads him to the truth, which is Sadguru himself, who's the truth or Brahman personified, is Brahmanishta, in such a way that he can be led through the path to the gnana that is given by Sadguru. He can remove all his vasanas and merge into Sadguru, into the reality that he is, and get liberated. So this is the liberation that he seeks from Agni in order to retain this gnana until all his chitta is purified. So this is the purport of Ishavasya Upanishad, which is a complete Upanishad of very practical living suggestions on what this life is, what the status of soul is, what is the path about, how to live, how to acquire gnana, how to do meditation, and how to surrender to Sadguru until one gets liberation. So let's do the final prayers of Ishopanishad, which is Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. All that which is the divine is whole and complete. Out of which Brahman is whole and complete. He alone is there everywhere. Ishavasyamidam Sarvam is saying that everything is only Brahman. And whatever we see, this, the visible universe, the experienceable universe, is nothing but a reflection of that. And that is also full, because you don't see Brahman other than this world. So this world is infinite. This is also full. That's also full. And this fullness came from that fullness. Even if this fullness is not there, that fullness is not affected. This fullness keeps changing all the time, but that fullness is unaffected. So that is the meaning of this, the last prayer shloka. Hari Om.